OBLIQUE Seville, Danielle Williams, ACKERA Nugent, Kenny Bednarek, Gabby Thomas. World leads, surprises and prizes, and $100,000. Is Grand Slam track the wickedest slam? Let's discuss day 2. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, it only gets better for the athletes competing at the Grand Slam track. You see, Michael Johnson has just announced even more money for the participants. Grand Slam track has announced a men's and women's race of the year bonus. The athlete with the most combined points throughout the entire course of the 2025 season will be awarded an additional 100,000 big ones, United States dollars. Reminder, Grand Slam track awards the following points per placing. First place 12 points, second place 8 points, third place 6 points, fourth place 5 points, fifth 4 points, 6th place 3 points, 7th place 2 points, and 8th place 1 point. People, anyway, even more money. I think I'm going to start training again. I just letting you know. I'm going to start. Anyway, we're going to talk about Grand Slam track day 2. Day 2 starts with the men's 110 meters hurdles and closed out with the women's long sprint, the 400 meters. Now, before we get into the video, one of our regulars here at Peter Lloyd World asked a really interesting question. A question that I honestly have thought about and I don't know the answer to. I've been trying to find out the answer. So if any of you know, because you're also very, very, very educated regarding track and field, particularly Jamaican track and field, please let me know. In our roundup of day 1 of Grand Slam track, Eleanor Thomas 8359 asked, Sir Lloyd, what happens if 2 athletes end up with the same number of points? Is the money shared or do they get the original amount for, say, first place? I love your commentary, by the way. Thank you very much, Queen. Very good question. And the truth is, I don't know the answer to this question. I know that a lot of our followers here at Peter Lloyd World, our royals, are unimaginably adept. If you know the answer, let me know. So Grand Slam track day 2 started out with an expose of our remarkable young Jamaican sprint talents. Some of the top tier athletes, juniors from high school who performed really, really well at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs 2025 just a week ago.
Set.
Now, the flash time there for Stevens of Calabar was 10.70 seconds. I really don't know if that was the outcome, but he won, and that was sweet revenge for him for what had happened at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs the week prior. Now, also in contest on the day were other young rising Jamaican track stars out of high school, including Shania Douglas and others. I mean, this is a great idea to put the youngsters this close. Plus, I think it was a really brilliant idea in terms of marketing because it helped to get people in the stands earlier. The audience on day 2 of Grand Slam track was very solid, and I wasn't surprised. First up, they announced that the bleachers would be free up until 5:30 p.m. And Friday, yesterday, the first day, it was. Listen, people, you know, we Jamaicans are amazing, but sometimes we're not. Grand Slam track yesterday, the day 1 started at like 5:40 something or 5:50 something. Most people are trying to transit from work or wherever on their way, trying to get to Grand Slam track. But day 2 had a very, very solid representation of Jamaicans there in the stands.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
First up was the men's 110 meters hurdles, which was won by Dylan Beard. Beard said about his victory in a post-race interview. He said, I mean, literally last year around this time, I was definitely clocking out of work to take a lunch break, and now I have the opportunity to compete for $100,000. He won this one in 13.29. Jamaica's Omar McLeod ended up in 6th place. So my calculations are correct. That's about 4 points. And Jamaica's Orlando Bennett got 1 point. 3 points there for Omar McLeod. Excuse me. And Orlando Bennett 1 point. Came in 8th. Here's the race.
Freddie Crittenden, well, actually at the Olympic Games he had to jog through the first round and then go into the repechage because he was carrying a little bit of an injury, gave himself a little bit more time. Men's 110 hurdles. They get away safely, and right in the middle, Roberts is going well, and Roberts just has it at the moment, but Crittenden's right on terms, and look at the far side, Dylan Beard. Beard's just got this at the moment, he's got half a yard. Can he hang on for the win? They're all charging, but he gets it. Joya finished very, very quickly indeed.
Then the first champion of the event was announced, Gabby Thomas, who had won the 200 meters the night before, no shot there, came second, beating Paulino in the women's 400 meters. I mean, I did know, and I've said in previous videos, that Gabby Thomas is a very strong 400 meter runner, but I did not anticipate her beating Paulino, who ended up in 3rd position. And Nazir, look like she's really, she's coming back into form. She won the women's 400 meters in a world leading time. She looked really, really good, and she completely dominated that field, including Paulino, who up until this point just looked unbeatable. So Nazir won in a world leading time of 48.67, which is crazy to think of at this early in the season. It's like April. This is a crazy time to be running this. It's a crazy time to be running this time. 48.67 is insane. As I said, Gabby Thomas ended up overall, that she didn't come first in the 400 meters, but she overall came first. That's why you saw her there. Paulina in the 400 meters came 3rd. Gabby Thomas came 2nd, and Nazir came first. Maybe one of the reasons why we're seeing this is because of how early it is, and the athletes are really nowhere near their best. But we talk about that a little later. So as you saw earlier, Gabby, when she was collecting her check, she was collecting her $100,000 with dancing. I'll be dancing too. She won with 20 points. Nazir took 2nd in 17 points. Paulino 3rd with 14 points. Jamaica's Stacey Ann Williams walked away in 6th with 6 points. This is overall. Talitha Diggs came 7th of the United States with 6 points also. And Nikisha Price walked away in 8th with 4 points. Here is at 400 meters finals.
Away they go first time. Gabby Thomas just letting them move away a little bit. Certainly Paulino started very, very quickly, and Nasser in lane 3 is already running down Gabby Thomas as they head into the back straight. Nasser has taken a yard or two out of Paulino as well. Price is in the middle there. Gabby Thomas is doing a good job. This is where she's got to try and be strong, not be phased by Nasser moving through on that top bend. Where is Paulino? We know she'll come back strong, but Nasser's really gone for this. Is she going to pay for going out too hard? Nasser has got a good 3, 4, 5 meter lead into the home straight, and look at Gabby Thomas. She's fighting with Paulino. The 200 and 400 Olympic champions are a long way behind the winner, but who's going to get the slab? Nasser wins it. Thomas.
Gabby got it.
Gets second.
She got it.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, people, that was a really exciting race, and the Jamaicans showed their love to Gabby Thomas. Of course, you know that I think her grandfather is Jamaican, born and grown. She has spent many summers here. She's pretty much a yardie. I was saying this 2 years ago, and people were telling me this is not true and cussing me off. Yeah. So Nazir lays down an incredible 48.67 on the 5th of April, people. April. That is an insane. I mean, this makes me worry. Is she peaking too soon? Because that is an insane time at this time of year. Next up, let's take a look at the women's 100 meters hurdles. Now, let me tell you something, people. Going into this one, I really thought that the battle was going to be, I'm going to be straight up with you, between Jamaica's ACKERA Nugent, Jasmine Camacho, Queen of Puerto Rico, and, of course, the Olympic gold medalist, Masai Russell. And I could not have been any more wrong. The young lady who won this was not even supposed to be a child. She wasn't even supposed to be there. People scratched, and then she was a last-minute addition. No one saw Tia Jones of the United States winning this one. Like, no. Any of you tell me that you thought Tia Jones was winning, or not lie? I lie or not tell? Nobody thought about Tia Jones in this one. And I'm going to also be honest with you. I didn't think Danielle Williams, who I love dearly, was going to be a factor, and Danielle came second. Now, it doesn't mean that I think Danielle was going to be a factor later in the year, but I just didn't think she'd be a factor here. And not only did Tia Jones win, but she ran a world lead. A world lead. Okay. So Tia Jones won this one in a world leading time of 12.63, running into a minus 1.4 meters per second wind, which is insane. Insane. Jamaica's Danielle Williams came second with 8 points. Jasmine Camacho Queen came third with 6 points. And Jamaica's ACKERA Nugent came fourth with 5 points. Masai Russell came fifth with 4 points. Denisha Cartwright of the Bahamas came sixth with 3 points. And Amber Hughes of the United States came seventh with 2 points.
Fairly swift 12.57, although that was wind-aided. 12.38 at her best.
Set.
Nugent gets out pretty quickly, right over the far side. Cartwright started fast, so did Tia Jones as well. But Tia Jones just has the lead in the minute. Camacho Quinn is charging, and also Danielle Williams, but it's going to be Jones who gets it. That's a surprise.
Now, I know Tia Jones is a great talent, but nah lie, I did not have her in the top 4. I am not joking. And I didn't have Danielle Williams in the top 4. Whoa, people, whoa. Anyway, Tia Jones spoke after her win.
Wow, how you feel? Also, this was last minute. I feel like you weren't meant to be a challenger. What happened?
Girl, it was very last minute. I wasn't even entered in the race. Look at my bib. It don't even say my name. It says challenger. I said, I'll take it. Come on, give it to me. Just step on the line. Thank you. I was like, just step on the line and just do what I do, which is run and hurdle, which is what I love to do. And the track is great. I'm just grateful to just be here and show everyone what I can do.
And point-wise, you think you could maintain your winning streak in this 100 hurdles?
Oh, absolutely. I know I'm fast. I just know that they fast, too. I just got to stay up there.
Yeah. All right, well, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'm so excited. And congratulations. World lead.
Thank you. I mean, thank you.
Did it feel like that?
No. It didn't feel, you know, when you run, it don't really feel as fast until you see the time. Yeah, we had a headwind. Yeah, and it started getting stronger as we was getting down towards the track, but I'm grateful.
I love it. Awesome. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, girl.
Thank you.
Crazy, crazy, crazy people. Crazy. I'm really enjoying Grand Slam track. Danielle Williams, like I said, came second. Big up to her, the world champion. Big up to her, Jamaica's Danielle Williams. Honestly, Queen Danielle, you know I love you. You know this, but I honestly did not have you in the top 4 in this race. I was completely wrong.
It's early and so fast. Talk to us about the run just now.
First of all, we've got tons, right? Trying some new stuff this season. Trying to see how it works in competition. I think I did a pretty good job. And I'm satisfied. It's very early. First meeting in pro. That was that. I think it's a good showing.
What does this set you up for later this year? World being all the way in September.
I don't know it. I just run to instructions and try to perfect some things every race. I think I did a pretty good job this time, so it tells me that what we're working on is we're in good position.
The 100 meters to come.
That's just a fun race. I mean, I haven't run 100 in a long time. I don't know what I can do. Don't train for it. So just come out and just race.
All right, go.
But I'm not upset. Like, for me this year, I'm taking it slow.
Quick question. How does it feel to be a part of the first Grand Slam track?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's been a wonderful experience so far. I can tell that they put a whole lot of thought into it, and I'm happy, blessed, honored to have been chosen to get the first one.
Now, every time you step on the track, with the hurdles, you're facing some of the best in the world, every single race. How much does that squeeze out of you every time?
I am one of the best in the world, so I expect to face one of the best in the world every time I line up. And it just tells me that I've got to be on my A game, because at any given time, anybody could win the race, so I have to be prepared to give my best.
And do you think seeing this track field here for Grand Slam 1 may influence other athletes next year to join this and be a part of this?
I mean, the hurdlers are always going to show up wherever the hurdles is, so you don't have to worry about that. But other athletes and other events, I hope that they see it and see, as it is a fun event and we're well taken care of them. They come on board for next year.
Thank you, Danielle.
People, Danielle Williams ran 12.70 to come second in that race in April. That's crazy. She's in crazy shape. Like I said, my only concern is it too early? Next up, let's take a listen to Jamaica's ACKERA Nugent, her post-race interview with the Jamaica Observer.
ACKERA, you started the season early with strong performances, came back from China with a medal. As others have asked you, September is World Cup. How do you manage your body for such a long season?
Well, I didn't peak for indoors and I still haven't been peaked as yet. So basically it's just me doing practice, changing some stuff around and getting used to making equality between hurdles and sprints. Yeah.
The result might not be what you wanted today, but being a part of the first.
Okay. But I'm not saying that because I did not go over 10 relay hurdles since World, so yeah,
okay.
That's a really good start.
Okay.
That's an amazing start.
Great. So being a part of the first Grand Slam track, one of the first athletes signed, you're one of the poster girls for this event. What does that feel to you?
I feel really good finally, yay! But it's a really good feeling for like branding. I feel like that's very important, and it doesn't. Grand Slam doesn't only focus on like track itself, but also branding us as athletes.
Your brand has, speaking about brands, your brand has been growing year on year on year. How do you handle that in stride?
Actually, it's growing at the pace that I want it to be. So it's in an era where I want to be more comfortable with like dealing with the fans and everything else. That's just basically what I'm working on.
What's next for you now?
No, I never actually think another Grand Slam in May.
In Miami. Okay.
Yes.
Don't say that.
Now I'm thinking, based on the numbers, ACKERA Nugent should do really, really well in 100 meters. But you know what, people? What I'm seeing happening, because this is what I had calculated. I calculated ACKERA would be in the top 3, and in the 100 meters hurdles, but in the 100 she should at least win. In my humble opinion, based on just the numbers and of all the girls, she's the one who has been running the 100. Remember last year she did 100 meters a few times, and she has the fastest time. You've heard me say this repeatedly in terms of the women's hurdles, top tier hurdles, the top 10 women. She has the fastest time. The closest would be to her would be Toby Amusan, and Amusan is not in the race. But you know what? Matthew Hudson Smith of Great Britain walked away with $100,000 after closing out with 20 points in the men's 200 meters. He ran and won in a time of 20.77 seconds. In the 5th position was Jamaica's Deidrin Watkin, who ended up with 8 points. And in the 8th position was Andrian Barnes. Remember, on the first night they ran the 400 meters. This was now the 200 meters.
Chris Bailey actually gets out pretty sharp. Matt Hudson-Smith has made up some ground on him. Samakonga going well as well round the bend. Vernon Norwood with some work to do right on the inside. And also going well, Kevin Nat Shippey. But there's not much to choose between them. Matt Hudson's got some work to do to get amongst it. And the Brit is coming and he's charging quickly. But it's going to be right in the middle for Matt Hudson-Smith. Gets it ahead of Samakonga, Shareem Richards, all of them right in the middle there, forging their way forward down the home straight. Norwood had to go so hard round that top bend, but that is going to mean with a second place
$100,000. Now, to me, the most exciting race of the night, well, you know what, they were all very exciting, would have been the matchup between Kenny Bednarek, who surprised me, and I believe, let's be honest, he surprised almost all of us in the men's 100 meters to win to win in the men's 100 meters on the first night. So we were looking forward to the 200 meters. Now, we know that Bednarek is the strongest off the field, but I was hoping that Jamaica's Oblique Seville would have at least taken second. In this instance, in the men's 200 meters, Bednarek won as we anticipated, and Darnell Hughes of Great Britain took second, with Jamaica's Oblique Seville taking the third spot. Bednarek walked away with 24 points in total to win that $100,000. Yes, you heard me right. He won the men's 200 meters in 20.07, which is a very solid time this early in the year. He had won, of course, the 100 meters in 10.07. Of course, you do remember that Oblique Seville came second in that, running 10.08. Then Darnell Hughes came second with 14 points in total, and Oblique Seville took third with 12 points overall. Jamaica's Akeem Blake took fifth and ended up with 7 points overall. I believe Seville walks away with about 30K US, which is not bad for 2 races and 2 nights work. But at 100K people, I must say, I'm going to start. I'm training as of now.
Kenny gets out well, so his friend Curly's absolutely burst out of the blocks, but Bednarek is running a beautiful turn. He's gone past Seville, he's gone past Hughes, he's got a metre or so from Curly into the home straight, and it's Bednarek who continues to go away. Hughes is charging at the end, but they're not going to catch Kenny! Kenny takes the win, 20.06, almost stumbles through the tape, but he didn't stop.
Seville spoke with reporters after his third place run in the men's 200 meters.
Honestly, I went out there with the mindset to finish LT, and I actually did that. So I'm not really pleased with the performance, but it's very early in the season, knowing that it's just April. But honestly, there's more to come because I have more races to run. So I'm not beating up myself.
If you were to accept that before the beat started, would you?
I wouldn't accept the 200 meters, to be honest. I think I can do much better, but I think this is one of my hardest competition throughout my career, apart from the World Championship and the Olympics. So this is actually helped to build my confidence and to improve as the season progresses.
When you assess where you were last year and now, I'm surprised going into one major. Where are you?
I'm way ahead in terms of strength, but you have to understand, I have to take it step by step each time, and the aim is September. So I don't really feel bad about it now, because I know for a fact that when it's time for me to run fast, I will deliver.
It looked as though you'd have been on the podium last year. It didn't work out. What do we do to fix those issues that you're having?
All I need to do is to try to be injury-free as possible, which is one of the hardest things I can feel. So honestly, if I'm injury-free throughout the season, I will be on the podium, honestly.
Do you feel execution-wise that you did what you needed to do for getting to 200?
Not really, because I didn't really come out here with the mindset to really push that hard because of issues that I have. So I just come out here just to perform and to give it my best.
What's the issues or whatever you have?
I felt something yesterday after the final, after the 100 meter. So I come out here today with the mindset to just give it my best and see where my best takes me.
The women's 100 meters, well, it was Melissa Jefferson, no surprise here, who walked away with the win. Jefferson won this one in 11.11 with Pandini of the United States taking second. Jasha Sears of the USA, her mom is Jamaican by the way, her mother is Jamaican, taking third. Darren Nita, who is also related to us in terms of Jamaica, took fourth. Kemba Nelson came 5th overall with 4 points. Alana Reid came 6th overall in this one with 3 points. And Jadine Williams took 8th with 1 point. Here's the women's 100 meters.
100K for you. We all want phone calls like that. But as you can see, Jay just got out really well, and Melissa just held her form. Looking really strong in the latter part of the race. Very confident facial expression moving through the line. I like to keep an eye on the attitude. And I can see that there's a confidence there. And that always bodes well.
So to me, day 2 delivered and delivered big. Now today it starts at Sunday the 6th. It starts at 2:45 p.m. meaning the Grand Slam track over there at the National Stadium. The first event will be the women's short hurdles, 100 meter hurdles. Then at 2:54 will be the men's long hurdles, 400 meters. And of course the last event will be at 4:21, the women's long hurdles, which is of course the 400 meters hurdles. Really looking forward to see that one. Now this of course is my 2 cents. Yeah, this video is a little longer than usual, but it was a lot to cover, and I just wanted to have, you know, and give you all a great look in terms of what happened yesterday. People, this I'm enjoying this. I think we're witnessing the change of track and field as we know it permanently, but we talk about that in another video. This is really, really cool. Unpredictable because it's so early in the season and it's the first one, and I think the athletes, because remember, you know, the goal really for the athletes is to win the World Championship or the Olympic Games. That's the goal ultimately. That stays with you forever. That's the ultimate goal. But I'm not joking, people. 100K for 2 nights work is a lot of money. I know Diamond League is going to try and step up, but they're going to have to really step up, people. And then of course there's ACKERA. So we're witnessing a transition in front of our eyes. But as I said, we'll talk about that. Now, Seville, I thought he could have done better in the 200 meters. He himself admitted that he could do better. But there were a couple of surprises here for me. Tia Jones definitely surprised me. I'm not kidding. I did not see that coming. Kenny Bednarek didn't surprise me in the 200 meters, but in the 100 meters, I saw him in the top 3 maybe, but certainly not winning. And Bednarek has just announced to everyone that he's going to be a factor in the men's 100 meters. He was a factor last year, but he's really going to be a factor now. He's clearly been working on his start, and of course that 200 meter strength really gives him an edge in towards the end. Seville, I thought, looked good. 10:07 in the men's 100 meters, 10:08 in the men's 100 meters last night was solid, and he had a solid one in the 200 meters. Needs to improve on that, but I'm pretty sure they'll work on that over a period of time. And he's really a 100 meter runner more than he is anything else. Arnold Hughes did really, really well. Did not quite surprise me, to be frank with you, in the 200 meters. This was great. Solid one from Danielle Williams, people. Solid. 12.70. She is never this fast, this early in the season. I mean, when I say never, I am telling you never. So that was very impressive from Danielle Williams. Always remarkable. This is just I'm really enjoying this. Clearly, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see what happens tonight. Gabby Thomas, no surprise there. No, she's a strong 400 meter runner. Nasir, people, that world leading time I don't think you understand it. That's an insane time for April. That's an insane time for April. Okay, the only people who you might think might run something close to that at this, and even not even this time of year, would be the collegiates, and that's an insane time. We're unearthing tremendous talent here. So anyway, I'm enjoying this. Hope you are. This, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to check out our merch store. I'll leave a link in the description below at Pinify.com. Consider joining our membership. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless us!